Alright, what's up guys? It's Flexpoint. I'm gonna be doing a Irelia versus Jax commentary. Um, Plat 2 Jax, I'm Plat 2 myself. Should be a pretty even matchup. Jax versus Irelia is a skill matchup in my opinion. Irelia should win the lane, but Jax has outplay potential. It really just depends on jungler interactions and different things like that. But I'm gonna go ahead and say that Irelia should definitely win lane and out farm and out harass and out all that stuff. But as soon as Jax gets Triforce and Blade of the Ring King, I think because of his dodge ability that he'll be able to outscale. But like I said, I guess we'll find out. I'm not too worried. I mean, I'm a decent Irelia player. I also have a guide on Irelia that I'll go ahead and link in the description. It's very descriptive, especially with matchups. Very descriptive with matchups. I have a ton of them. And almost every top lane champion you can think of. So, something I'm going to do, since I did take teleport, I'm going to go ahead and start a camp, and I would suggest that everyone, or that you would always start a camp if you use Irelia. Flask and 3 pots are great, but I don't know, I feel like when you take teleport, I mean if you take a camp also, you go into lane with the advantage, you have the pot advantage, you can even get a blue pot to help you if you want to spam your Q. The thing about this is if you do take a camp, then you do have to start with, I want to say your, oh I'm sorry, yeah, you do start with your W no matter what. So yeah. Start with your W, take the wolves. The wolves, you kill wolves quicker than you do the raptors, so that's why I take the wolves. Because the longer you take, the less of an advantage you'll have, because your opponent will be able to kill more minions and get the experience back in time. But like I said, we'll see. I mean, if I were Jax, I would also start a camp and then TP into lane, but I don't think he's going to be doing that. Let's put on some more chill music. I uploaded this before with original audio, but since I played some Jay-Z, I got copyrighted, and they took out all the audio, so I'm redoing this. Again, this was played before Cinderhulk, so this was when Nidalee Jungle was OP. So I don't think anything's different with Cinderhulk, except that magic resist is essential, because if you do not get magic resist, Cinderhulk will just tear you apart. Like if you get a level 18 Udyr jungle and level 18 Irelia, that Udyr's gonna win. If he has Cinderhulk, he doesn't even need Triforce or anything. If he has Cinderhulk, Randuin's Thornmail, Frozen Heart, Ninja Tabot, if he goes full tank without a single offensive item, like his only offensive item really needs to be Thornmail and Cinderhulk, and he just stacks health and armor, like he'll just destroy Irelia. Mostly because she doesn't, like, I don't stack too much MR with my Irelia builds. The only thing I'll get is Banshees or Warmogs. I mean Banshees or Abyssage. But yeah, I mean it's a little different now. So if you ever go against somebody with Smite on the top lane, I would definitely suggest running MR, Merc Treads, or even a Hex Drinker. Definitely help. But the whole idea of lane phase against the Jax as Irelia is to make sure that when you use your stun, you make sure it stuns. You should never use Irelia's E to slow, ever. Unless you're team fighting, maybe. That would be the only circumstance. And you get to a carry. Yeah, that would be the only scenario. Alright, so normally if you don't want to do the Raptor or the Wolf Camp, then you can go ahead and start Flask and 3 pots. But again, I apologize with the chat. I mean, you really don't need to see the chat, but I'm sorry that the renders are in the way. But anyways, yeah, you can start Flash 3, but since you're doing the camp, you can do the camp even with the Doran's shield. As long as you start W. You do not need to use a pot, by the way, to do this. Irelia's now passive W sustain is more than enough. Things will go a lot better. Like if you're ever doing the Wolf Camp, or even the Raptor Camp, if you ever get a leash from your mid laner, oh, that's so good. Because the quicker you clear the camp, the quicker you go back into lane and start like getting your normal experience from the lane. I mean, you're already going back to lane with an experience advantage. Oh yeah, and then Jax died. Yep. That doesn't really hurt much. That doesn't really affect our lane since I wasn't there, but I guess mentally, if you die before minions spawn, it's like, I don't know. I think it kind of brings you down a little bit because you're like, damn, no, like I already died, and the team's probably flaming and stuff like that. But so the Smelzar is gonna help me, which is great, and I'm gonna get back to lane pretty quickly. And then it was good for him because he really just wanted to spawn his Voidling. Again, you do not need to burn a pot. Even if you don't get a leash, you do not need to burn a pot. And make sure you use your W anytime it's active. Alright, so I'm definitely going to hit level 2 off of this other creep. But the thing is, I don't hit like level 2 on the dot. I'm going to be up maybe like 20 experience points. So when you go back into lane and Jax hits level 2, you're still going to have a 20 CS advantage. Now, I went ahead, I should have tallied onto a different minion because I kind of saved that minion for him to last hit. Okay, you always, against Jax, you kind of want to take your E level 2 because they always start with a stun like that. So you just stun, walk away, and you know, I got hit by the stun, but he's still tanking minion aggro. But that's like the general concept, you know, like if he pops his stun up, just stun him and walk away, and you should be able to get out like a little quicker. I just like took the wrong path, you know. But anyways, all right. So he started Flash 3. He's got armor yellows, flat armor yellows, flat MR blues. Looks like he's got 80 quints and attack speed, 80 reds and attack speed quints. Normally you can take Q level 2 and use it to push the wave out, but since it's a Jax and he has a hard form of CC, then you gotta kind of take the stun. So, I noticed the wave was pushing towards me, so, I mean, just pop your stun, activate your W, auto attack, and then Q him. Now, with Irelia, if you have your W active, your Q will also proc the true damage. Okay, so it may seem like a waste of mana, but it's definitely good. And right there, I just stunned under tower, and that was it. Alright, that was just a dumb play by him. And, I mean, when you're 1-0 as Irelia, you already have the experience advantage, and then this dude just goes up and feeds you. It's pretty much GG. But, something I messed up on is I was missing CS even when he wasn't here. Like, you gotta clean that stuff up. If your opponent's never in lane, that's like really, really bad. Okay, and you miss CS, that's really bad. Especially as Irelia, because you have your Q, which you can use. Anyways, you max E against Jax because the longer the stun's up, the more time you have to get away out of range of it. And that's honestly Jax's biggest weapon. Okay, it's his stun and the dodge. Again, just last hitting, trying to get the farm up. He's already, now look, see, I'm level 5, he's level 3, I'm looking to zone out. Alright, if I can get the farm, great. Since we're both full health, I'll get the stun. Oh man, I missed that one. Can't miss this cannon though. Alright, cool. So we saw Kha'Zix in the jungle. He's still level 4. And he procced his oracles, which is cool. But again, like I know he's top side, so I can't really go engage on him, even though this Jax is level 3. But again, if he gets within stun range, stun him, auto attack him twice, log back into your minions, okay? Because when you do that and he attacks you, of course he's gonna get your minion aggro, and there's a lot of minions. So this Kha'Zix ganks, I saw him on the ward, and I mean, it's not even fair. I got a little stingy because I wanted it, but I mean, like, Irelia has some pretty good mechanics, like getaway mechanics with the stun. And of course, when you max E, it comes up quicker. But like I said, Kha'Zix was really low. He didn't recall, so I figured, alright, he's going to try to do his double golems. Let me see if I can catch him. And he was right there. So, he hit me first, which was fine because it was able to proc the stun. If I didn't proc the stun, if I would have only slowed him, I think he could have killed me because he had his passive up. His passive's always up in the bush, but I mean, with that, I got level 6 and I was looking to fight. I knew it was level 5, but I knew that I would also get my stun off. So, stun, 2 auto attacks. I don't have enough mana for my ultimate, otherwise I would have used it. So, just gotta play it a little safe. Just like that. He puts his stun up on you, cool. I'm just gonna stun you and walk away, laugh. Like it's really easy, like with Irelia. Just max your E, and you're good against Jax in the lane. Always max your E against Jax, also, always. All right, so big power spike for Irelia is obviously getting her Sheen. Irelia is also one of the few champions where I would suggest a double Doran's Blade, and there's nothing wrong with it. Most top laners, I would only get one Doran's Ring, but for example, if I go Riven, Darius, or some, actually I won't even go Doran's Ring, Blade on Darius, but like Riven, I would not get double Doran's. Trying to think of anyone, so I don't know. Like, I only use Doran's Blades on Irelia, really. Sometimes Jax. So, again, goodness of Irelia Q is you get to last hit really easy. Excuse me. Alright, so I have the gold advantage. I mean, I'm pretty set. I have the wave frozen, or I got the wave holding right where I want it, but of course I'm really bad at like holding with lane, so I always like shove it. Something I could have done here was invest in a pink ward, because I was always going to have the lane shoved, so I could have easily defended my pink ward. Jax is me, he's probably doing golems, double golems. Alright, so he's level 6, so he had to have done the golems. And I'm just shoving it in. I do have my Sheen, so it's definitely a really good power spike for Irelia. Just look to engage. You just have to get the stun off. Ideally, you want to get the stun off before he even procs his stun. So, stunned him, auto attacked him once to proc the Sheen, and look at that damage. Like, it's crazy. And you just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And the good thing about maxing E is that when you stun Jax, if he has this passive attack speed up, he loses it with the stun because the stun is so long. So that's another good thing about going against Jax. Like Irelia's kit is like really good for dominating someone like Jax. But wave was shoved in. It was either take the his double golems or take the scuttle. So I went ahead and took the scuttle. Since you do have a stun, you kind of lower the defenses, which makes taking it really easy instead of just auto attacking it to death with the resistances. But when you stun it, when you stun or pop up Scuttle Crab, it loses the, I want to say 40 armor and MR. So I stunned it and took it. Anytime you proc your Sheen, you always want to auto attack him, and I kind of messed up there because I took the minion aggro. So I mean, I instantly walked into the bush to lose it. Alright, so waited, he flashed for some reason, and that was it. Like, oh, I think he gets away. Yeah, he gets away. Damn, it was so close too. But didn't have the ward, so he came from his tri-bush. Oh man, it's close. It's real close. I believe though. I believe. Oh yeah, I believe. GG. I believe. Oh no, she done goofed on this one. Yep. She just got too close to him. I was like, oh my god, I got so pissed. It's like, obviously he was gonna put the stun up and jump on her. Like, all she had to do is walk up, as soon as he activates it, switch to Cougar, jump into the bush. That's all that Italy had to do. Because, like, the lane is already gonna get hard. Like, it's Jax, I mean, come on. And her giving him kills just makes everything a lot worse. But pretty even in farm, and he got a kill now, so it's looking to be a hard game. It's looking to be a really hard game. Next you get the Phage, because if you can afford the Zeal, get the Zeal, but I prefer Phage components because I like the health, and the extra AD helps with the last hitting. So I use my ult to clear the wave, nothing wrong with that. Because he used TP'd bot, so what do you call it? Shove the lane in so that he misses all the farm. He got another kill, which is it's bad for me, but I mean I like the minion advantage. I don't have my ultimate, so I kind of want to stay away from fighting this Kha'Zix. Although if he jumps on me and gets out of range, I'll fight it. But like that Q did no damage, so it was like whatever. I think he was maxing W, so his Qs didn't really hurt that much. And I'm pretty sure he's just stalling for Jax here, because I know Jax is already recalled, so he was just trying to stall. And sure enough, there's Jax on the minimap right there, looking to gank his own lane. But I mean, you gotta note things like that. Like I knew Jax was bot lane. I knew that he had already recalled, and he should be here any moment. So, and Kha'Zix does have a slow and some CC. He does have some minor forms of CC, so you kind of don't want to stay there. The good thing is that Italy went off and did the dragon, because I mean Kha'Zix was being dumb and showing top lane. So I mean, that's good. I mean, she done goofed off with that Jax and giving him a kill, but I mean she made up for it. Ooh, that pull though. Alright, so we both have the same items basically. We both have Sheen, we both have Phage, but my advantage is he doesn't have double Dorans. So I have the extra health advantage, I have the extra AD advantage, and the extra life steal advantage. I'm definitely looking to fight. And E is already maxed out, that's great. Man, I love the Phage on Irelia, it's so good. Again, your harass is proc your E, activate your true damage, auto attack twice, then Q him while your W is active, and you chunk him for half his health. Alright, since he doesn't have his items yet, he can't really tank too much. Again, I was kind of worried about Kha'Zix and Jet, like them cheesing me from a bush. I mean, I put my ward down. Again, the only reason I didn't have a ward here is because I didn't have room for it. I didn't really want to sell red pot or a blue pot. But again, you gotta call your Mias. Might have been there. And for some reason he jumps on me. But like I said, just stun him, walk away, walk back in. Now once he started chasing me again, I kind of figured that Kha'Zix was there, so I started moving backwards. But that was just me faking myself out. But I mean, he doesn't have his ulti anymore. He's using all of his pots. I'm definitely looking to engage again, re-engage. Only problem is my health is a little too high, so I'm gonna have to wait. You max W second always. There's never a scenario where you max Q second. It's always last. There you go. Baited him out. Got my health low. So now that my health is actually low, oh man, that was dumb. He done goofed off. Yeah, that was dumb. I mean, again, only use your stun. Only use your E to stun. Okay, I could have E'd him when he was using his I could have E'd him after we like hard engaged on each other, but that would have just slowed him. So I let him jump on me. I let him use the W on me. I let him stun me. Okay, but after all of that, I mean, my E was up. My W was up, my Q was up, my stun, I mean I just stunned him and auto-attacked him to death. Okay? He used flash, I still have my Q. Okay? Again, the reason I won that one was because I used my E to stun and not to slow. Okay, if I would have slowed him, I would have died. That's a 1.5 second stun, max level. Like, and I might even be off. It might be 1.75 or something, but that's like crazy. Okay, I mean, if you're dealing passive true damage, that is crazy. All right.
Yeah, we hooking back up. And when they bang us in the club, baby, you got to get up. Cause homies, thug homies, yeah, they giving it up. Low life, yo life, boy, we living it up. Taking chances while we dancing in the party for show. Slip my girl a 44 when she crept in the back door. Chickens looking at me strange, but you know I don't care. Step up in the smother, just a swank in my hair.
So I'm looking to gank mid now. I mean, like, I've already taken top, and he's kind of holding the wave back there. There's really nothing else for me to do. Just gotta care. And gank lanes too. Like, I got my Triforce, I'm ready to roam. Alright, yeah, he used his ulti to leap away. Alright, he has level advantage, but he still doesn't have his Triforce, so I'm definitely at an advantage here. And I have double cloth armor too. So, since it's Jax, you always want to go Frozen Heart, because that attack speed debuff is really good against him. Really works well with his passive. Alright, so Jax is ganking, but I mean, that wasn't my concern. Oh man, I done goofed off with that farm. I just wanted to get this farm, because, I mean, killing him would be great, but I mean, I like farming, you know. Farming helps a lot too. So actually, I think farming is more important, not than every kill, but I mean, if I choose between 20 minions and maybe getting a kill, then I choose the 20 minions or 15 minions. So again, just last hitting, holding the wave, or trying to hold the wave. 100 farm at 17 minutes is not good, but I think I'm doing okay in comparison to everyone else, I guess. That's kind of the bad mentality to have to. Oh well, I have this much farm and my ADC has this much. You kind of don't want to do that, but. Again, he used my ulti to wave clear, and he's there, but it's like, he probably got scuttles. Finished his Triforce though. He's shoving in really hard. But it doesn't matter because I have my Warden's Mail anyway. Take a blue pot for when I spam. He was shoving in really hard. He really wants that tower. Yeah, so I just went ahead and used TP. Because I knew he wanted it that, but he wanted it really bad, but he wasn't going to touch that shit. Told my team to watch out because, yeah, there's Jax. I mean, those kills are set up for him. I mean, it's Nidalee in the jungle, I mean, she should get away, but he can get away because he can't run from a Janna. I was scared they might rotate to me, so I threw my ward out there, but I saw Jax running away. I should have figured that they weren't going to rotate. Again, max W second. I got the slow that time, but it was whatever. Once he used his jump, there's no way he can run away from me. Easy. Like, that's the only scenario. Well, I guess that's another scenario where you would use your slow. Like, that kill would have been a lot cleaner if I got the stun off on him, but I didn't, so I had to burn flash, and that was a misplay by me. Good news is we got Dragon, and I got that kill, so. I got Merc Treads because, you know, Jax still has a stun. They didn't have that much CC, but Jax still does have a stun. And if he landed it on me, I wanted to make sure that I get reduced time. Kha'Zix has slows, I mean, Janna has slows and a pop-up. I usually go with Merc Treads. These are my go-to item. Even if they're all AD, if they have some form of CC, then I'm gonna go ahead and go Merc Treads. The Tenacity boost, and then they also have a Lux. The Tenacity boost with Irelia's passive plus Merc Treads is pretty crazy good. So, yeah. Jax is top 3 farming. You can't really allow that with the Jax. So I went up. He went Giant Spell. Pretty smart. He's going Randy in second. If I were him, I would have definitely gone Frozen Heart. Frozen Heart's so good against auto attack based champions. I mean, it's a good item in general. It gives you 100 armor, it gives you mana, it gives you CDR. I mean, it gives you so much. Alright, so he missed the stun. That's when you want to engage. And, I mean, he ran scared. If a Jax ever misuses his W, which is the empowerment, or his stun, or even like his ulti for some reason, you got a hard engage on him as soon as he uses it. Yeah, I mean, I already had an advantage. That was just pushing it. No, I said I normally go Mercs, but for some reason I switched over to Tabai. The only reason I would do that is because maybe the Lucian was fed and the Lux wasn't. Jax is Mia, Kha'Zix is Mia, so I was kind of, instead of just walking out and farming, I was kind of orb walking back and forth because they could be in a bush or something. But I mean, once I get vision of them, I'll push it out a little more. Alright, so for Rins and Masteries, I go against Jax. I went ahead and ran flat armor yellows. Or no, I'm sorry, not flat armor yellows. I ran flat armor quints, flat health yellows, scaling MR blues, and attack speed reds. I guess, like, okay, AD is good on Irelia, but like I prefer attack speed. It makes the auto attacking smoother. And that is a 3v1, so I was leaving. I wanted no part of that. I mean, I'm fed, but I'm not that fed. So there's a minion I can jump to there, and Lux is pretty much asking to die if she stays. So she left. That's why I didn't kill that minion in the back line until then, really. Because like a good way to engage with Irelia is like auto attacking like a minion in the back line, and then walking back to the other minions and just queuing onto them when your opponent gets a little, I don't know, when they feel safe. Again, this guy wants to take my top tower. I'm not going to allow it. I just want this guy to know that, like, I'm going to dominate the hell out of him. Like, he's not going to touch this tower. Damn, that damage is OP. I've seen Nidalee, but, like, Nidalee already fed Jax once, so I'm not really too ecstatic to fight, or get a gank off. Got the slow up, but I knew a gank was coming. And then go figure Kha'Zix was there, but by that time it's too late. We can 2v1 them easily. She can take him, and I'm going for Jax, man. I want this dude to know that like I'm gonna fuck him up. So once you get Triforce and double Dorns, even with just one Dorn, if you activate your W and you can Q the backline and kill it, giving you your reset on your Q, which is what I did there. Honestly, I can't. I have like a big problem with like Jax players. I can't stand Jax players for some reason. Like he saw I was like he picked Jax into Irelia thinking like, oh, I'm gonna counter Irelia. So like I was just BMing the hell out of this guy because I first picked Irelia and like he last picked Jax. And I was like, dude, like really? Or no, he picked Jax right after me and like auto locked it. So, like, alright dude. Alright, that's cool. So like you saw there, I W Q'd into one of the backline minions, and then I just queued onto him, and then got him with the Sheen proc with the E. Or I killed him with the E. So I'm already really fed. I have the Warden's Mill, and I have 2,500 gold. Now, what you can normally do if you're really far ahead is, I mean, of course I finished the Frozen Heart, but I'm still like 1k gold. You can start working on your GA. And of course, you don't want to sell your what do you call it? You don't want to sell your Doran's blades just yet. So yeah. Again, you gotta get some MR though. But like I said, you know, I was really far ahead. I'm 5-1. I got almost 200 farm. I'm gonna just start working for my GA. And I was already pretty tanky too. So. And the thing with this is we don't really have that much engage. The only engage we had is, I mean, me, or we pick them with a blitz poke. So I was definitely going to be in the back lines. I needed some sort of survivability and MR. So Because I already have Frozen Heart. I was gonna get a Spectre's Cow next, but like I said, I switched over. And again, this guy's just trying to take my tower. I'll let him get me low. That's fine. I'll just auto attack, auto attack. He got the Warden's Mail, but it's not enough. It's not gonna help him. Like, just send him running. Just a cannon though. It's not worth. Another dragon. I think that's our 4th. You gotta remember, Jax deals physical and magic damage, so you can't just stack armor against him and expect to win. I mean, you'll tank a lot, but I mean, his passive from his ultimate deals magic damage. His W deals magic damage. I mean, it stacks up. It's quite a bit. So again, checking this bush in case I get ganked or something, because Jax was Mia. Maybe he was recalling. You never really know. And then once I saw him, I just started shoving the lane in. The team is applying pressure mid, so I just wanted to help him out by applying pressure top. But he definitely got tanky once he got the Giant's Belt. Triforce in the Giant's Belt was good. If he would have gone into Blade of the Ring King, I think it would have been even more of a slaughter. But if you're ever behind, you should never go damage. Just go tank. Flash stun, rip. Same thing with her. I don't know what she was thinking. But, like, you gotta remember, each time you cast your ultimate, like each shot you fire, can proc your Triforce. So there was a little delay between me killing Lucian and then me switching over to Lux, so my Triforce procced again. Watch, this dude just ran away real quick when he saw me. Oh man, the exhaust hurted. The exhaust hurt though. Oh man, he done goofed off doing that. Minions are there, just gonna try and proc my Triforce. And he dove in. He's pretty dumb, but whatever, I guess. And I already, like, this game's over. I already have enough for my GA. I mean, it's like, I'm low health, so I would definitely stun him, and my ulti's up again, so I would easily kill him. So, I mean, it's like, this game's already over. So a GA on me right now would be devastating to the enemy team. A lot more devastating than a Randuin's would be, or a Speared Visage. And I mean, I had the extra gold, so I bought my Distortion Boots. My tower was still there, too. Alright, so at 27 minutes, I'm a scary Irelia. Alright, I got GA, I got Triforce, Frozen Heart, Tabi, Double Dorn, so I'm 8-1 and 2 with 200 farm. 209 farm in 27 minutes is horrible, okay? It's so bad. But I was fed. But again, like in this video, the most important thing was using your E to stun, okay? Knowing when to use it to stun and when to slow. If you're about to get a gank, use it to slow if you can't get it to stun. Alright, if he has some form of CC that he can chain onto you, stun him before he uses it. Alright. And another thing, if you're don't go Triforce into Blade of the Ring King. Oh god, I hate it when people do that on Irelia. Like, she gets so squishy, you might as well just make her an assassin. And she can get melted so quickly. So, just go Triforce. If you're super fed, get your Frozen Heart. Because your Frozen Heart will give you the CDR you need, 20% CDR. It gives you mana, so you can spam your Q when you're farming. Gives you 100 armor. I mean, it's just so good, and it's really cost efficient. So, yeah. And then after that, if you're still really fed, get the GA, man. Just get the GA, and yeah. So, yeah, she was dead. She didn't have a chance. Oh, Lucian, please, Lucian. Rip. Please. Oh, I got the slow off though. GG. Yeah, that's a forfeit. We got the Baron. Jax is bot farming, so he already gave up. And Kha'Zix is on the run. And I mean, that's pretty much it. GG. Your E does not proc Triforce, but it will activate it. which means your next auto attack will deal the damage. So, and that's GG. It's kind of a short video. It's short lane phase. Again, the most important part is, what do you call it? The most important part is using your E to stun, last hitting efficiently, and taking the camp. Okay, taking the camp is actually a lot more important than you would think. Okay. Again, this video I made, it's Flexpoint. It's one of my top lane commentaries. Jax or Irelia versus Jax. I have a lot more, definitely a lot more. Most of them are with Irelia. There's some with Kennen. There's some with Sion. There's some with Fizz. So let's go ahead and tune into them. And if you like the video, hit a like. If you want to comment on it, maybe there's something I missed or something you want to add, by all means tell me. Just don't troll. I'll just remove the comment. And I mean, again, like, thank you for watching. Alright guys, and y'all take care and wait out for the next video.